Da. Hello there. Oh, wait, this is still up. Not supposed to be up. Hi. Wow, new followers for some reason. Hello. Is that Ralsei? Is it? I know that this is Tayu.
Hey, Tayu.
Hi.
You. Hi.
Hi. Hi, Nay. Hi, Colin. Hi. I forgot how to say your name. Ilu. Wailu. Hi. Hello. Hang on. Right. I want to do this thing. Hey. Hello, Tickler Bungus. Thank you for yellow. Hello, yellow. Tickler Bungus and comic funny. Hello, and thank you, person who followed earlier. Hello.
Die Ziege ist 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 die Ziege.
Well, that's funny. That message is being held by Automod. But what? Why? Oh, I guess Ziege is... Oh, dear me. Hello. Oh me, oh my. Hello, this is Tayu, your emotional support animal. Oh no. The disembodied neck sent us the... What did she do? How did she disembody herself? Oh no. Wrong scene? Is it? Is it? Oh, wait. Hang on. Oh, I was supposed... blah, blah, blah. Hello, I'm a professional streamer. Tayu the Goat, VT, your emotional support guy, and oh god. Hang on. Oh no. Give me a moment here. I need to render my environment. Here we are. Thank you. Welcome to my lovely little home here. Hi. Something eat roach. I would prefer not to. Hello. Neck went to deal with the corpses in a bathroom. Ah, those. Hello. Oh god. I guess hang on, let me say hi. First of all, thank you, Natsu, for the raid. I really appreciate it. I think she's already going to bed. But yeah, thank you. Let me play this thing real quick to tell you all what we're doing today. Art therapy is a way to connect to and explore your deepest thoughts and emotions using art. It can be hard to find the words to really grasp those feelings and get them out there, and art can offer a gentle and safe way to unearth what goes on deep inside. And you might be surprised what you'll find there. You know, sometimes you think you know what something looks like, but then when you sit down to draw it, you realize you actually have no idea. Trying to depict your feelings makes you really have to understand what they are. Doing this in a group setting can provide a healing sense of connectedness and offer up whole new perspectives on your own inner world. I'm not a therapist myself, but I developed an interactive stream concept based on my own experiences with art therapy called Introspective Art, which I stream every Sunday on Twitch and YouTube. You don't have to be a great artist to take part. It's all about the process of expressing yourself and sharing it with others. So come hang out sometime. Yes, I just wanted to get that out there real quick because this stream has a concept. Yes. And yeah, this is what we're doing today. I'm not a therapist myself, head empty, staring at the camera. Yes, that is very true. If I was a therapist, I would have, they apparently, at least in America, they include getting actual therapy for yourself in the whole training process. And I still need therapy so badly. I don't know how I can be an emotional support animal while I need a lot of emotional support myself, but I do my best. That is all I can say. Today has been a day. I don't know. It hasn't even been that much of a day, but I woke up and it was, I just immediately was like, oh no. you know, you have those days. Let me give a freaking shout out to Neknasu, who is my favorite little guy. Favorite little level 1 goblin who gives no loot when you kill her. Yes, please check if your psychologist replied to your email. Yes. Man, I should probably do a co-working stream next week and like get a whole bunch of stuff done because like holy crap. Oh, she's level 3 now. Ooh.
Sorry, I burped because of the cordial. Excuse me. We start again.
She has such a cute voice, right? That was a very essential, quintessential Necknasa clip. Like, she sings so beautifully, but she's also like such a goober. She's also super intelligent. It's like, God, I love her. Neg 101, yes. Yeah. Okay, let me say hi to everyone. Freaking blah. Yellow, hello. Loredami, hello. Message, how are you doing? I won't be able to get on PC, but Connie, I'm glad to have you. I'm glad you didn't sleep through the stream. Rev, hi. Super, hello. Golan, sup. Tickler Bungas, thank you again for the follow. And, Mizeka, hi there. Nania, I'm glad to see you. Oboroneko, whoa, to you too. Matt Pugh, what's up? Thank you for coming with the raid. Mossy, Lucia, AJ, Mabel the Forgetful, thank you so much for the follow just now. Thank you. I also am very forgetful, so, cool beans. Let's be forgetful together. And Zem, hello. Neck doing the thing with the roach? Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, is that the corpses? Oh no. Oh dear. I do not envy her for that. I do not envy her for that. Flyer Fox Drago, something. Yes, hello. And Trollius, hi there. Probably die interpreted. Oh, that could be. It literally, you did the Simpsons thing, die Bart, die, because it, in reverse, because it actually meant D. Best thing is the best thing is it said the message was being held by Automat due to some smart beta feature. Yeah, smart like your fridge, which is to say, it has functions. It's kind of worrying how the Automat blocked the message, but the redeem still went through. That is a little bit worrisome, yeah. That could be exploited. Who hoard the goat? I will eat their penis. I mean, what? That is a very good question. What indeed? Sorry I'm late. No worries. Hello, the Blue Fox. Nosferatu, we have at home, my beloved, yes. The voice sounds different? Yeah, I need to change my settings. I need to change my voice settings. Because, like, actually, what voice settings did I use for the video? I have no idea. And Kashka, hello. Is she level 3 by now? That's crazy. She came so far since then. Can I get a shout out? I stream nothing ever, every never. Sure. Please, everyone, acknowledge the existence of Kleeper, who is one of our premier shitposters right here. Thank you for the alert, Kashka. Intelligent, yep, that's right, yeah. Yeah, we have decided that she's like high intelligence and low wisdom, right? Is that the thing? Although I find that she has like wisdom too. It's just like, you know, obviously these stats don't really provide a lot of, you know, subtlety, a lot of nuance. There needs to be like a wisdom for like the grand wisdoms of life, but like the smaller wisdoms of like actually being a creature with like a survival instinct and stuff like that. Yes. You have your tablet, nice. High-end, low-wiz at least conveys the right idea, yes. Guess what I'm watching on too? On your phone? Well, Good luck. It is now 2 a.m. Oh dear. Sorry to hear that. I hope you can get some sleep soon. I do wonder if maybe I'll get in the habit of streaming earlier a few times a week, maybe. I have no idea. Tayo needs to tune his vocal cords, it's true, yeah. No time limit today? Unfortunately, there will be time limit today. No. Still need a time limit or Tayo will feel tired. Yeah. Also, it's just... The time limit is just necessary, so, like, you know, it's not... The point is not to, like, produce the most beautiful art. The point is just to express things. Help, I tuned all my vocal cords to G. That would be very interesting. I guess you would talk in a monotone? Huh. Wait, G can be like in different octaves, right? Like, is that... How does it work? I don't know. Like, you can still get like a high G and a low G? High-end, low whiz, mid-riz? I disagree with the riz. I mean... I just swallowed my spit. Hang on. Thank you. It's one of those things again where like she's naturally charming, but like she has no like active riz. So it's like, I guess you could express that by giving her a high charisma, but low, but like a disadvantage on any charisma-based thing except singing performance. Not about her, just sounded funny, fair enough. Maple the Forgetful asks who? I don't remember who you... I don't know who you asked that about, but I think I was probably talking about you. Sydney. D&D pales before Neknasu. Neknasu escapes all manner of classification, that is true. To be fair, that is also true for like basically everyone. I don't think anyone can like adequately be described in D&D terms, probably. Especially because the system is just not made for that, because like, you know, like everyone would, if everyone had like D&D stats, we would all be very similar. There's an EQ that rises and falls like the waves coming and going randomly. Yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe she just gets like a really big modifier on like everything. Like every roll is like doubled, whether it's negative or positive, you know, something like that. Give me a T, give me an something, an H, give me an E, give me an theme, yes. If a mind flayer encountered Neg, it would be stunned permanently. That is a cool I looked up for a moment and saw the word project. That is a cool idea, yes. A cool concept, that's what I tried to say. 4x modifier and everything, yes. Okay, so, theme. Hi. For everyone who stuck around until now, thank you very much. I'm a little bit more, well, considerably more sadder than I usually am. So, sorry about that. Also, my voice might not be in the best condition because I did not do my warm-ups, because today everything was suffering. And like, yeah, I would like to propose the theme of loneliness, or maybe of friendship. Thank you for the lurk. Isn't everyday suffering? Well, some say that to live is to suffer. That is not the wrongest thing? Blue Fox, please don't pressure me. Now, right, to live is to suffer. That's I've thought about that recently. I didn't get very far in my thoughts, but I did think about it. I haven't been doing a lot of thinking. Vibe check. The vibes are. Thank you for the vibes check. Vibe check. The vibes are. I feel like I need to really change myself. I mean, I guess if no one has like a really burning desire for like a different like theme than those two, then that works. But yeah, recently I've been taking some efforts to be more social, to like, you know, play games with friends and stuff. To, well, go outside a little bit more, you know, just to be outside. And, you know, that also kind of helps in the sense that, like, it gets me to stop, like, distracting myself. And, you know, it puts me out there in that, and, you know, I used to more often have this mindset, where like I would go outside and I would like, you know, see where everyone lives, and, you know, like see like a little corner store and be like, oh man, that is the something like a point where people's lives intersect, like a place where like life happens for certain people, where that's like central to their identity and their lived experience and stuff. And like, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that crazy how like we would we all like constantly step through these places that probably had like some amazing like impact on someone's life, like where like probably something dramatic happened, something extremely like a turning point in someone's life or something, you know? Like places like train stations and such are like an amazing place for that. Like that's where that's such a fateful kind of place where like first meetings and last departures and stuff like that happen. So yeah, but man, I've been waking up so often from like dreams where I didn't feel alone, and then I woke up and it was like you know, can I just keep sleeping? Can I just keep being in that dream? And like, yeah, I want to be less alone. And you know, but like the thing is that like a big part of why I still am alone is that like there's something inside of me that has not really figured out how. I guess that's where the full stop goes. I wanted to continue that sentence, but actually that's just where it ends. Like, you know, I've talked about this in various places recently. Like, I grew up, and you know, my when I was very little, my mother had an idea that maybe I might be autistic because I didn't seem to be very interested in the other kids. But then eventually that normalized itself, and she was like, okay, fine, cool. And then in kindergarten, I had that one best friend who I just kind of clicked with, and then all throughout like grade school, I just hung out with that kid every day. Just every single day, basically. At the double helix. And, you know, then, you know, he was part of like a really well-off family, and his mother, you know, made him go to like tennis club and such to make the right connections, I guess. So a little urchin, basically, like me, was not supposed to be like his main friendship. So eventually, you know, he didn't go to the same school as me. Well, he did. I specifically went to the school that he would go to, but he only went there like a year later. And, you know, it just kind of stopped. Eventually, we just kind of stopped hanging out. And I, you know, in high school, I was basically considered an alien. Like, literally, like, I had this... I was just standing there, waiting for something, and there were these two girls standing there, and one of them looked over and was like, "Ew, an alien!" And, like, I was walking out of the school, and like some kid approached me and was like, "Hey, are you a insert slur for trans people here?" Or not trans people, but like what was the word? Intersex people? It was like, huh? Why? And and I don't know, like, that went on for a while, like all throughout that whole period. My whole mode of like making friends was just like standing, well, quote unquote friends, was just like standing there outside of like groups that formed and like seeing if maybe I hear something, and, you know, just like being on the outside of it. And I don't know, and I don't know, like, I around that time started being online, and like that's where I ended up having my friendships. And like for some reason, like I kept bouncing from like community to community. Hi there, cutie bean Noah. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow. Goat moment indeed. Hi there, Moore. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I need to really look inward and like figure out like where things went wrong, because like I feel like I still have like, not just like I've mentioned this before. I don't just have a problem like, you know, really feeling that I'm like part of a group and feeling that like people like me, and just, you know, being mindful of like that connection happening. But also like I feel like just fundamentally there is a difficulty really establishing a connection that is just like, that doesn't, no, hang on. There's a difficulty not feeling, I guess in a sense, part of me interprets relationships as something that is like a kind of, what's it called? Like transactional thing. Like, so often I find myself thinking like, oh, I need to do something in order to give this person the feeling that I care about them. Which sounds horrible. Like, I want to have friends, but I don't know how to like, sorry Fox, this just has to be the thing right now. This is my stream. I'm gonna be talking about this stuff. I can only hope that like at least someone can like relate to it. And, you know, maybe we can work our way through this together. It's like, I can't imagine that, like, I'm alone in this. Like, that part about not having friends, it's like, ugh. IRL, yeah. I don't know. It's transactional pit is real. And I guess that's part of why it feels so stressful. Sometimes where, like, you know, it's not like I want to think of relationships as transactional. Still, hello. Do you truly feel alone, or do you feel obligated to have friends because it's normal? I do very much feel alone. I'm very needy of, like, an environment that makes me feel at home. That is the weird thing. I guess at some point I just really developed this idea that, like, having friends, like, maintaining a relationship has to be, like, this really stressful thing that, like, is really difficult. I guess it doesn't help that, like, the one best friend I had for a long time, like, after a long drought of not really having any IRL friends, like a very long drought, like I said, from, like, the beginning of high school to 3 years into my university life. Yeah. Yeah, the one close friend I had then was not a good person. It was not a good relationship. It was basically, you know, this kind of red pill guy. Was it the red pill? I think it was the red pill, right? That kind of guy who kept trying to convert me, and I didn't want to realize it. Making friends when you're older is pretty hard, especially in Germany where people keep to themselves often. Did you ever consider joining a hobby group? Like, yeah, I really need to do that. But yeah, it was, I guess that really didn't help, because, like, it gave this feeling like he wanted to be friends with me because, like, he sensed that, like, oh, this guy is smart, you know, and, like, he needed this constant, like, reaffirmation that, like, he is also very smart, and he wanted to surround himself with someone who is also very smart. But, like, you know, there was no, like, levity to it. He was constantly, like, every conversation felt like he was testing me, and it was all like, he basically looked down on me, like, because, like, you know, I was obviously, like, a stupid idiot who didn't share his worldview. My experience with people who are red-pilled is that they just want to be mad together with someone. Those ideas really just replicate among lonely folks, yeah. Having friends who look down on you are really not friends, yeah. It took me too long to realize that, like, you know, took me until, like, 1 year or so into becoming roommates, like, to really realize, like, no, I can't keep living like this. I do not feel at home in my own home. I guess in part because, like, you know, that's another thing. I guess part of it is also that, like, I feel inadequate, and I was approaching it in much the same way that I approached, like, you know, really weird comparison, but, like, I had a memory foam mattress once, because I figured, like, hey, sleeping in this is really uncomfortable, but, like, I toss and turn too much at night, so, like, if I learn to sleep in this, it's gonna keep me like sleeping real nice and, you know, solidly or something like that. Like, you know, you have to work with who you actually are. I figured that, like, oh, you know, I feel really shitty about all this, but like clearly that's just me being too weak and stuff. Clearly I just need to like grow a thicker skin. I just need to man up or something. Yeah, that's all. This is unpleasant, so it must be helping me in some way, right? Also, I don't know why the sound alerts are not working. Hello, everyone. Hello, Rex. Hello, Tayu and chat. I hope everyone has a cozy day today. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope all this talk isn't getting people down. I have acquaintances who are like that. I kind of just stonewall any attempt to get angry at stuff neither of us have the power to affect. Yeah. Yeah. Gugh. So, yeah. Yeah. Blah. I guess let's have the poll. I'm gonna make the poll. Also, Noah, I'm glad to hear you're doing all right. You know, I guess I'm not doing so super great, but I'm trying my best. What draw? I guess loneliness and friendship. We just recently had the theme of connection. So yeah, there's a poll up. Please choose whichever of the two subjects most closely. Oopsie daisy. Most closely is like dear to your heart. You know, what feels most productive to you to work on. And then yeah, we're gonna make that the subject of this introspective art drawing session. Yeah. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, we'll be drawing this subject for like half an hour, just like trying to figure out, like, you know, what this looks like in your mind, like what kind of a vibe it has, what it feels like, how you approach it, you know, how it like like what kind of a scene reminds you of that, or like how it feels like to you to be lonely, you know, or like what friendship feels like to you, or how you struggle with friendship, or, you know, how, you know, right now, right in this moment, what do you associate with this theme, with this subject? Oh, hang on, let me catch up. Man up is such a weird concept. Please never listen to people who want you to man up. Be yourself. If you are happy with yourself and content, you'll find people who are like-minded. I do wonder, like, there's man up. Like, there's obviously something to having, like, being able to, like, be resilient, you know? Ultimately, like, having a thicker skin, not being sensitive and stuff is very valuable. But, like, manning up is probably not the way to go about it. Like, for one thing, it's like, you know, it's pretty selfish, not selfish, like, sexist. Sorry, my brain is not working too well today. But, like, also, though, you know, it involves, like, manning up tends to involve stuff like, you know, not acknowledging your feelings, not expressing them. And that's, like, that's not helpful. That's not gonna actually make you more resilient. So, having a thick skin is only valuable in a toxic environment. Yeah, that does ring true. That does ring true. Hi there, Windbreaker. Teiyu is food and must continue cooking. Metaphorical. I'll take that. You know what? As far as Teiyu is food, idea, like, goes, I'll take that. So the theme for today is apparently friendship, which just won out. I've experienced with something similar. Someone similar, who used to be a bully of mine. Then we got closer for some reason and I didn't realize at first. And then didn't want to realize that he was sympathetic to a political party and movement and worldview in general that is not okay. And I only woke up to the fact that I need to cut this connection when we drank a couple of beers. And they began showing me speeches of that party in parliament. Oh dear. Ay. So, I mean, Blue Fox, like, you can approach the subject of friendship in a very similar way to the subject of loneliness, you know? Like, if you struggle with loneliness and you want to get that across, then it's like, you know, you can still approach it like, this is how, you know, the lack of friendship feels, and, you know, with maybe like a tinge of like, if I could accept friendship into my life, if I was surrounded by friends, what would that feel like? You know, with a little bit of like a silver lining and stuff like that, you know? But like, you can approach a subject from the opposite angle of like, you know, if you get into like happiness or something, if the subject was like happiness, you could be like, yeah, you know, that's something I don't have. So, what a concept, you know? So you can just put happiness up there and be like, wow, that sure sounds great in theory. I'm gonna be down here and sad, you know? But yeah, the subject of like being friends with a bully is also like interesting because like I also had like a kind of, I had a sort of like friend, like hate-love relationship with a guy who was kind of a bully to me, also kind of a friend. And it was also like one of those situations where like I had to perform. Like it was all about like art and like getting better at art, and like oh man, that's a whole kind of worms. So yeah, man. Yeah, okay. This is clearing up. One in a Jillian, by the way. Hello there. I wouldn't have expected to hear such a healthy reminder from someone named Sprühwürstel. They're both the same thing for me. I'm sorry to hear that. Personal definition of gender roles. Being a man should be all about proactivity and vice versa about reactivity. No more or less. By this definition, unless it prevents other action, letting emotions boil over is just stupid though. Fair. Okay. Ooh. There's a difference between friendly banter and bullying. Most people can't express their feelings correctly and end up making fun of things to conceal their true feelings. Listening to one another and accepting feelings is the first step to achieve happiness. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was... What we had was not friendly banter. It was very much like, you know, kind of a situation where I made myself dependent on them. Like, I really wanted their approval, but I also kind of disliked them. I don't know. Man, it was not good. Oh man, considering that those were like two of the most defining relationships I've had, and like between that old one best friend I had in grade school and now, I see where the problem lies. Oh no. Okay, so that's enough from me. Let's get this started, huh? So today's subject is friendship. Okay. Now, I guess since we have a bunch of new people in here, I don't really want to ruin your stream or anything, but I kind of worry about you now. If you ever want to talk about anything, hit me up, okay? I appreciate that. I can't like promise that I'll necessarily take you up on that, but like you know, maybe. I do want to be more open to just talking to people, you know. I do want to, you know, get better about just, you know, just talking to people, you know, not feeling like it has to be like a whole thing. So yeah, you know, I called up those links, you know, for the Discord. If you would like to join the Discord, I would love to have you there. Because you seem very sweet, yeah. Also, Alturian, hello. Okay. So, let me get into the thing. So, real quick, the short already expressed the concept. So basically, yeah, we're gonna deal with the subject of friendship in art form. It doesn't have to look good. It just has to express something. Even if you use like stick figures or words or something, as long as you make conscious decisions about color choice and composition to really express an idea, then, you know, it's all about the process of that. And as long as the process happens, it's all good. Then we share those things. We share those things with each other through a Google form, which I've put into place in order to make it possible to share stuff anonymously. Because obviously, sharing that kind of art is very vulnerable. And I don't want anyone to feel like they shouldn't be contributing because they feel like, you know, like that's too personal or something. And yeah, I want it to be like the standard that, like, you know, you aren't expected to tell on yourself. And then, you know, we're gonna talk about each submission one by one. As long as submissions are still being talked about, we can, you know, we also accept new submissions. Yeah, and basically there's just a simple rule, just like talk, you know, when you're commenting on art, then just talk about like your own experience regarding that art, what it makes you feel and think. Just in regards to yourself, not making it about the other person, not making it about like thinking like, you know, what they are thinking, what they meant to say, but just like, oh yes, this feels really sad to me. This feels like this reminds me of this and that, you know? Just to open up new perspectives and to, you know, connect to each other. And, you know, just even if the art is like really great or something, you don't make it about the quality because it's just not about that. Have you heard that the end is near? Yeah. It always has been. Sounded like you just called me Italian. I'm sorry. Like I said, if you need someone to talk to, I will let you cry on my shoulder, both figuratively and literally. Yeah, thank you. I'm planning to use audio with mine. Is that alright if it's copyrighted audio? If it's copyrighted, please don't. I would appreciate it if you didn't. Is the Discord in your description? I'm not on my PC right now. It is, I think. They're saying they can't join the server until later. Okay. So, let's freaking go. I'll still make it, but I won't share it for the IA. Okay. Okay, that's fair. I'll post it in the server? Alright. I'll look forward to that. One more reason to join the Discord. Hey, yo. Wink, nudge. Okay, now, let me call up my canvas. IA, Introspectors Anonymous. True and real. Okay. Also, I wanna change the music. Like this is already a long time to just be listening to this one song. Nice try, My Little Pony enjoyers. I will not join Discord. Wouldn't the pony enjoyers be like against Discord? Because he's a villain? Yep. And chup. Okay, here we are. Potato. Right. I had a bug. Mein Clipper, Herr Gesangsverein. Yes. What? Hello there. Thank you for the follow. Discord gets reformed, sorta. Ah, right, too. Yes, in Cinder. Hang on, can I get that name in a different font? I think that's 3 L's, right? Cindella? Okay, so let's freaking start now, okay? Okay, let's try and get this started. So, the timer starts. Now. 30 minutes, let's go. Okay. Bro knows a lot of lore for a non-pony enjoyer. I mean, I didn't say I was a non-pony enjoyer. I did watch like the 3 first seasons of of Friendship is Magic. Now, okay, friendship. Now, speaking of friendship, speaking of freaking friendship, I hear it is magic. That sounds nice. Discord was in the running for Tumblr Sexy Man? He was just in the running? Or like in the running for like the competition? For like best Tumblr Sexy Man? Which was won by, I think it was Reagan? Which... Nice job, Reagan. You know who else likes Discord? Furries. Your argument being what? It's annual, yeah, that thing. Just like Magic, I have no real friends, come on. Oh no. I hope you get well soon. Okay, hang on. Freaking... Let me stop looking at chat for a moment. And, okay, so... I've talked a lot about friendship just now, or rather about, like, yeah, my difficulties with it. So, like... Man, how can I use this now as a way to... as a way to tackle that subject? Ooh. Yeah, of course, the thing is that, like, putting everything I just talked about into an image, that would be like a freaking Sistine Chapel. That is a lot. I think I'll have to go with just like more of a feeling-based approach. Very Discord server, probably? Probably. Okay. Napkiner, hello! It's been a while. How have you been? Thank you for the headpats. How are you doing, you thick little hamster? Existing? Hmm. Is there anything you can do to do more than exist? If you do, if you find out what that is, please tell me. I guess just doing things counts, doesn't it? Doing things would be pretty good. Hang on, let me take a sip. Also, wait. Oh, Ash got redeemed a stretch a while ago. Oh yeah. Yeah. Aw. Punk Tactics was allegedly recorded with a Nintendo DS? I don't know what that means. Oh, you're probably talking to Napkinner. Probably a song from that game. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We're talking at me? Okay. In that case, your message has been acknowledged. It has not been understood, but it has been acknowledged. Also, I've been meaning to say, I don't know if Blue Fox is listening right now. Blue Fox, are you listening right now? Yes, I'm not gay. I saw that message and I was in the middle of talking. And I didn't want to interrupt myself. But I'm not gay, by the way. I just wanted to establish that. I don't like that. Okay. Okay. Yet. That is mildly threatening. Vibe check. Ooh. The vibes are very weird. Cause like I'm having fun. I'm also like still like really sad, like under the surface. So I was like, and I want to express that sadness, but it's also like, man, there's so much chat happening. Is a response I usually hear from peeps. Ah, I see. Hang on. I have an inkling of a image. But I feel like there's something missing from it. I don't know. I'll just start drawing the thing that I mean, that I have in my head, and then we'll see where it takes us. By the way, there's an ad break incoming. Sorry about that. Japanese TV where they hired an escort whose skills a guy had to withstand. Oh. Interesting. Like, define skills. What are we planning on drawing? Friendship. The subject of friendship. What do you feel about it? Like, difficulties you may have with it, or you know, just how it feels to you. Like, just the raw beauty of friendship. Professional skills. I'm gonna assume it meant flirting or something. Not anything more. Well, oh, thank you. Sure, okay. It's very sweet of you, Buck. Bugger. I hope this is not too hard to like make out. For you guys, I am drawing something. It's a little low contrast. You've heard of Teiyu. What you plan to draw? A very little guy. A very messed up little guy. Oh man. I just thought of a thing, but like that is too private to talk about. So that's unfortunate. Okay, it's taking shape. What? Very hard to flirt with a full mouth, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with what Connie said. Like that is, I don't know about that. Connie? Hmm. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay. Yeah. oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's taking shape in my head. It's taking shape. I think I got it. We're at by like the halfway point, by the way. Now. I hope we don't have a similar art piece, huh? Okay. I'm curious to see what that's going to turn out as. Oh wait, I meant to find a song. Hang on. I meant to find a song to play. It's different from this one. Because I think it does get old after a while. Probably. Where's my playlists? Where's my playlist? Come on. Okay. Okay. Not tired of it yet? I'm glad to hear that. Okay. Now let's hurry up. Now that this thing took form. What? Goon Cave? The changing music is throwing you off? Oh, sorry about that. Should I change it back? Hello, Jan. Oh dear. What costume should I wear on Halloween? A bedsheet. Classic bedsheet ghost. Can't go wrong with that. It's cute, it's timeless. What do they write on like baskets that they put like cats in? Like I was a bad digit or something like that. Or you know, I guess they wouldn't write that. They're looking for a home. Hmm. Hmm. Cat box is every box you get delivered to. Hang on. So, introspective and sad, maybe, but still mighty in mine eyes. Aw, you're so sweet. Hi there, Dick. How are you doing? Hang on, no, this doesn't work in terms of silhouette. Oh man, how are we doing? I'm struggling to get a thing done here. Mostly, oh god. I mean, the title says it all. you already read that part. I'm trying to figure out how to live life more, you know? For a moment, my brain combined the words ride and pizza, and I thought he said Riz. Considering rizzing my bike. Man. I'm getting a bunch of thoughts in my head right now. So that's cool. Again, probably not something I should be sharing necessarily? Wait. Was it? Well, no. Yeah, sure. Like, It just occurred to me, like, in some way, I guess, the stuff I've gone through has been partially responsible for, like, making me the person I am now, you know? Like, I mean, it has very much been responsible, but, like, you know, also in the good sense. Rizzing my bike, like, hey, du siehst handelbar aus, so wie Fahrradlenker auf Englisch, oh yeah. Nice. You have done good work today, Rev. I almost just called you Riz, my god. Submitted, thank you. Oh man, I need to hurry the heck up. I mean, I have the power to extend the time limit. I don't want to. Ugh. Man, I just had a flashback to that guy I talked about. The amazing artist who I should not have interacted with. Probably. Although again, it did make me the person I am now. Go goat. Wait, what? My bike is kind of a goat, considering how I take it uphill with relative ease. Can I say something that popped into my head when I saw the word bike? Sure? We should be more like a bike sled Metroid. Shut up. Why shouldn't you have interacted with them? Because it was a very bad relationship that I, you know, that was not good for me in my development as a person. At least generally speaking, like I was just not ready for it. Not ready for it at all. Like there was good things in there to be learned. And I don't know, maybe it did make me like a good person. Like I could have easily gone down like a really terrible path as a person. Like I could have been the red pill guy. It's really easy to imagine me being that. I mean, maybe not for you guys, but it is for me. Wouldn't have taken much for me to have turned into a very different person. But you know, I've heard a rectal guy and a red pill. Red pill. Red pill. Well... Oh, I've had similar thoughts about what I might have had turned out, but the important thing is we fucking didn't. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Just like thinking about it now, like on the one hand, like I'm a huge mess, I'm a huge neurotic mess, always worried about like doing the wrong thing. On the other hand, you know, wanting to do the right thing has, you know, kept me from being horrible as a person, so that's nice. Aw. Okay, let me just quickly add a little bit of something. Yeah. Yep, that is a pretty amazing brush for this, I will say. Gets that vibe across. You know what? Let's not be so stingy with it. Oh no. Okay, it's all good. And then, oh yeah, time is strictly speaking up. I will add a little bit of this. Just a little bit. What do we do for this one? Okay. Alright, y'all. I am done here. So let's put this away and see what has been submitted. Back to the old music. And so far we have 3 submissions. Oh. Since you submitted first, does your drawing go first? It does not, because someone else submitted first. Oh, sorry. Oh. No, sorry about that. Oh. I just put a brick in a wooden bucket in Amnesia the Bunker. Trying to destroy the bucket with a brick would be futile, as the buckets in this game can even shield you from hand grenades. Wow. Those are some good buckets. Props to those buckets. No, hang on. Give me just a moment here. I need to clear my throat. Okay. Ooh. Not a very healthy friendship. Is that so? Now, let's see. Let me first identify what is going on back there. Like, there's a kind of shape in the top left that I can't quite put my finger on. What is that? It's like a buzzsaw inside of... what is that? A buzzsaw. Oh. I'm sorry, I don't know what to make of that part. Now, So this one person has a ball and chain attached to their leg. And another person is carrying the ball for them. They don't seem sad about that. They seem pretty happy to help. So that's good. I could see this maybe it's a saw trap or something. Because like, I could see this maybe being like a reference to something in a Saw movie where like things could have been solved easily if like two people actually supported each other instead of one person feeling like they have to do everything themselves or something, or them fighting each other or something. I have no idea. Maybe they're going to use the saw to remove the ball and chain. Oh. Maybe. That would make sense, yeah. Oh, okay. Right. So, maybe it's like a toolbox or something. Symbolic of sometimes needing help to get rid of something holding you back, yeah. That's true. And you don't want to be codependent. Like this person... Hello, Meister Trinik. Meister Tynik? Person? An interesting thing is like, this person in the back is happy to help them. But, you know, then yeah, they're on their way to like not make this a codependent relationship where like this one person is solely responsible for holding that ball. They're happy to help out because like, you know, they want the other person to also be free. And then when their tie is not a forced thing, when they're not held together by something that is so hard to break apart, it'll make them both free to still pursue like something together or not, you know, however they choose to be. But yeah. It makes it a more genuine friendship than one that is purely born out of like necessity. That is, well, it makes it an actual friendship rather than something that is just like, you have to do this thing, or we are tied together, so we need to make this work somehow. Capri Day, hello! Hi, how are you doing? Yeah. Fellow goat. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if I can find anything else to say about this, so let's see what they had to say about this. Friend carry burden. Enough said. Okay, fair enough. Has Teo posted his version of friendship yet? Did I miss it? No, mine goes last. I've been working on this this whole time, and then like, you know, I wanna go through like everyone. I wanna give feedback on everyone's submissions first, and then hopefully, you know, everyone has a good idea of what that feedback can look like. I read that as a sign towards a place with a chainsaw where the person could unchain themselves from the ball. Ah, okay. That makes sense, yeah. And other person helps to getting to the point where that may happen. Caprice, never forget, when people call Teo goat, it means gayest of all time. That is incorrect. Nay, would you like to see it? Would you like to have a quick look at my image? Okay. On to the next one. Roll back, okay. It is hang on. This thing. And yeah, I'll elaborate further on what this means later. Okay, so I think those are bananas. Description comes later. The description comes later. That's how we do it at the clinic where I go to actual art therapy. So I think those are bananas because like Blue Fox has a theme going on. Looking inside of something and finding like a little heart. Finding love in unexpected places. That kind of vibe. Like got a confused expression going on. Shows goat pics. Elaborates, doesn't leave. I don't know, it looks like a heart. I don't know what that is between the bananas. Rabbit ears, huh, maybe. Like finding your own rabbit ears? Finding the thing. Oh my god. Can you stop? I have a concept going on here and I'm gonna follow the concept. So, 2 tablets? The 2 commandments? The 10 commandments? Could be like ears or something. Every work of art has something it's trying to say apart from intention. We want to see how people interpret it, yeah. Might want to open this in a drawing program. That was, ugh. I don't know. That feels like too much, like, effort. Honestly, I might look into that for like later streams. But like, yeah, yeah. Hang on. So, so the orange is a warm color, and yeah, get this feeling of like this face. And like, has a very innocent tone to it. Yeah, sorry, I just it would be a whole thing to like figure out like how to put this in a drawing program and then like find a drawing program. I don't even know which ones I have on the computer, and then like, you know, get a source for that program, and you know, like some of them don't don't project well into OBS, so it's like, ugh. That's gonna have to be a whole thing I figure out. But yeah, I will say, it is a little confusing. But like, it does show like a certain... What I see here is mostly like, you know, how friendship just kind of happens. Like, you tend to not... you tend to not, like, have the... No, sorry, I'm getting really distracted. The way friendship tends to happen is that, like, things... You just kind of do things. And then, you know, you do things where people are. And then eventually you'll... Yeah. You'll run into people who, like, you know, you can vibe with. It tends to be, you know, that tends to be, like, how relationships form and stuff like that. That, like... Yeah. When you're, like, desperately looking for it, it tends to be harder to make it work. But yeah, okay. So the first question mark showed 2 flowers that came from nowhere when I was changing brightness. This is signifying that when a banana is brown, people assume that they taste bad and are useless, but a recipe for banana bread calls for 2 ripe brown bananas. Hence the bread in the middle of the bananas. Also ripe bananas taste good. Oy. First, the question mark shows 2 flowers that came from nowhere when I was changing brightness. Okay, so that... Alright. Got everything wrong. I feel like I need to... Next time, like, there is not supposed to be a wrong. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, if you... I mean, you did tell me, like, you want criticism, which, like... It's not supposed to be about criticism. It's not supposed to be, like, art criticism or something. Art critique. But, like, yeah, if, like... It would have helped to make the bread, like, more, you know, bigger. Just to show that, like, you know, to make it more visible that it's actually bread. Because, like, I don't know, could be anything. And then, like, you know, if the stuff on the right side doesn't matter, then you should have just cropped it out. So, yeah. Is there a recipe for banana bread being the recipe to friendship? I figured it was more like, I figured it was more like, that, like, sorry, my brain is struggling right now. Too much stuff going on. Right, so brown bananas taste bad. But they can be turned into banana bread. And, you know, it's like, you know, everyone has a place where they belong. Everyone has a place where they can flourish and, you know, show their full potential. Even if, like, maybe they feel broken, maybe they feel like they're past their prime, you know, it's a good message. Sometimes certain perspectives just don't follow to others, and that's okay. That does make sense. The more bruised brown the banana is, the more people will throw them away, but the right recipe makes it all the while, yes. Love is bananas, no need to question it, just accept it as offered, yes. Okay. Next submission, which is currently our last one. So if anyone is still working on theirs, please, yeah, please submit it soon. Friend. Aw. That's very cute. Writing mine in the server, probably the longest one I've done ever. Ooh. Hmm. So. Man, I always struggle to comment on these. It's just very pure. There's an interesting bit about like how they drew themselves as like very small, just like lying on top of my head like that. Just as a place of comfort. Like, it really gives this sense of like wanting to have someone to rely on, to just feel cozy with, to just feel like you can lie down and be warm and safe and stuff. Yeah. That's wonderful. I'm glad if I can provide that. Also, Puka, hi. With both the short and the sad vibes today, lurking and enjoying the company. Aww. Oh, Popo. I give you hugs. Thank you for the lurk. Got it posted? Okay. I'll see if I can check it out. Okay. What else is there? I wonder why the purple was chosen for the heart. What does purple mean in that regard? It's, you know, it's not the red. Like, red is like, I guess, passionate love, more like? I guess purple is like a different kind of thing? Like a more... Didn't tell you a girl? Thank you. I appreciate that. Also, that wide cat-like smile is just so comfortable. Also, yeah, the I guess the thought bubble also kind of fits that pillowy vibe, that soft vibe. Purple is royal. Royal. I mean, it might also be like the color of Twitch, I guess. Huh. And there was also the love without romantic implications of platonic relationship. Yeah. Interesting choice that like I seem kind of surprised. Just like, wonder if maybe they kind of feel like maybe it's like not that reciprocated or something. I don't know. You know, like it's not a fully formed relationship where like we just have an understanding that like, you know, they're just my head pet, you know, my head pet, you know, the pet who lives on my head. Okay. So now let's see what has one in a billion posted? Dilla. Oh well, I guess I'll do it. I guess let's do this. That is interesting today, indeed. Yeah, yeah. Indeed, it is. God, hang on. I need to clear. Others care for you and you may not be aware of it. Oh yeah, that's also good. That's also a good interpretation. Like, oh man, there's a little person on my head who loves me. Wow, you know, that also makes sense. Okay, take care, Blue Fox. Alright, let's see. Did I download the thing? I did not. Oh, wait. Wait. It seems like... Ah, I can't open this file. I can't open this file in OBS. Oh. That is an issue. An animatic, I guess. Hang on, let me turn down the volume. Okay. Hang on, I already downloaded it, so let's see. I've managed to capture Discord before. Let's see if we can make that happen. Do I have a good... Here. Use this one. Oh dear. Hang on. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's go. Aww. Aww. Oh. Oh man. Oh. Hang on. Now, okay. Let me see. So here's like two people. They seem a little bit their eyes are like their shape, they have these very like pointy shapes, very kiki core, you know. If you know, you know. So like a bit threatening, so I imagine that their gazes are maybe not very friendly. There's a person with like their eyes like cloaked in shadow. So they they seem to be like kind of what's it called? How do I put this? They are not in a good state at the very least. Like something happened that's making them like basically blinded by pain, by sadness, by anger, something like that. Another person, maybe you just can't see their eyes. Maybe these are like friends, and they just feel out of reach. They feel like like you can't really connect with them. Maybe another person. I have to say, like, I don't have an easy time understanding lyrics, especially when they're a little distorted like this. I could make out something about like sticks and stones, I think. That's about all I got. Yeah, now they're like taking this all in. maybe it wasn't like that deep. Maybe those were just like friends, and it's just like, ah, yes, these are my friends, and you know, they were just kind of like made anonymous by blanking out their eyes or something. Just like, yes, these are friends and they're mine. And now, another seem, they seem a little exhausted. Like something happened and they seem exhausted. They need a little rest. Need to rest their head. And then there's a little hug from behind that they didn't expect. Then it changes again to something like this is a positive moment. It's a lovely little moment of like, hey, you're not alone. But then, and there's what seems like judgment maybe from other people, from who make you feel like outsider to a group. This feels like maybe, like this person is being manipulated. Like, yeah, this is one of those people from like the beginning. It's like they were being told something that makes them turn away. And now, like, yeah, you want to reach out for them, and your hand gets slapped away, and you maybe don't even realize why. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. No. Lost friend. Hi there, Richard. What do you do? They asked a lot of questions, okay. Orange cat with green eyes, I'll take you any day of the week. Oh. Is it Connie? Thank you that I'm not the only one who can't understand lyrics. Yeah, it's a thing. Call that auditory processing issues. I will hug the kitty. I will hug the kitty too. The kitty deserves a lot of love. Okay. Let's see. What did you write for this? Bones by Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Done for the topic friendship. This animatic, while somewhat unfinished, not going to finish it since time is up, is meant to represent a friendship I attempted to have with someone else, but was pushed away by two people gaslighting them into thinking I wasn't good. I oftentimes dream about the connection I was never able to make with that person, often dreaming of how it could have gone. I appreciate greatly the friends I have at the witch, who are shown at the start of the animatic. Without them, I don't know where I would be now, but I sometimes let the two foxes get the better of me, and I feel like my friends would be better off without someone like me. But I have to remember that those two foxes are liars. Okay. So it's not like, it's something that you imagine, like these people aren't actually like not looking at you like distant and stuff, but like you imagine that like this could happen again, and like, yeah, if this had happened to you, then like, yeah, it can leave a mark. It can be very traumatic. And man, I hope eventually, you know, it will become less and less, this fear. Wait, there's more. I oftentimes use the two foxes to represent two people who, like I said, gaslight that other person I was trying to form a connection with into thinking I had bad motives, which is what they're used for here. Well, this happened over 6 months ago. I still think about it. No, 6 months ago, that's not very long ago. Still think about it, haunts me to this day over what happened, but thankfully my friends are here and who show me that I am not what the foxes say I am. I only wish that person could see me like this as well. Yeah. It's very unfortunate, you know, like, we can't control what others feel, and it's probably for the best, but like, it can still lead to like these horrible situations where like, what could have been, you know? It's very sad to imagine. And yeah, don't feel bad for like still feeling like this over 6 months ago. Like, the thing is, like, these kinds of things, they can be very traumatic, and like how traumatic something is has a lot to do with not just like the event itself, but like also, you know, maybe it probably wasn't just this, for one thing. It probably wasn't just like that this thing happened, but also like it made you doubt yourself. Maybe it like what they said about you like triggered some other trauma, you know? Like this kind of thing, it builds upon itself. How do submissions work? Can we submit anything? No. Submissions are for the subject of friendship, which probably you've drawn like during this thing. During this whole thing. Also, there's an ad break starting soon, and I don't like that. I think I'll try to hold that off for as long as I can. That's weird. Actually, wait. We probably have a new submission, so in that case... Yeah, okay, that ad will have to come to pass, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Now, what else did I have to say? For one thing, it probably triggered something, and also, like, yeah, how traumatic something is also very strongly dependent on like how well you could, how much support you had to weather this trauma in the following, like, how long was it? Like 2 months, 2 weeks, something like that. If like during that time, you know, maybe you secluded yourself. That's a very common thing that can happen after trauma like this. That could have made things all the worse, you know? Because it just kind of reaffirms that trauma of like being left alone. While it could have gone a lot better if like you had the proper support to make you feel like, you know, like you're still safe. Because like what trauma essentially is basically, it shakes up your worldview, it shakes up, you know, everyone tries to have like this kind of equilibrium, this kind of metastasis. I don't remember, there's a term for it. Everyone tries to find a way to view the world that lets them feel safe and stable and stuff. Sometimes we'll even reinforce like really harmful things because that's like sometimes we feel more comfortable, like, I don't know, being told that we're ugly or something like that. Because it's just like reconsidering that idea that is so essential to your worldview just feels too hard. Also, I just realized there was someone who followed like an hour ago and I didn't welcome them in. Hello. Hello. I don't think they said anything in chat, but hi. And also thank you for the follow. Yeah. If you like the vibes right now, you'll probably be very at home here. So please do leave a follow. Like, we do these every Sunday, except when like I have something else going on, which can happen like once in a month. And yeah, also like, you know, usually the vibes aren't quite this sad. But yeah, it makes sense. Like you can easily end up spiraling after something like that. You know, especially with this particular subject, when you feel like people have hurt you and you feel like left alone and stuff, you're just gonna, you know, feel like interaction with people hurts. and it's like really scary. But that's especially when you need to not succumb to that. And it's really one of those terrible, terrible things about the brain, that it can fall into these vicious spirals that really aren't constructive at all. Hi there, Dr. Hogarth. Ooh. Okay, sorry about the ad break. And, man, I wish I could have held this off for long enough, but like, yeah. We have this happening now. Should I? Low self-worth is a struggle, yeah. Oh, Toffee Bunny, hi! Hi, oh. Toffee, like, what do you... Can I DM you? I wanted to ask a question, but I don't want to put you on a spot like this. Can I DM you? Because I was thinking of like DMing you and being like, hey, I have a thought. Maybe, I don't know if it's a good thought. Just, I was thinking about Deltarune music. Hi. Oh, right. Ad is over. Hello. Toffee, hello. Sorry for the ad. I was asking if I could DM you, and also let me. You know what? Freaking let me give you a shout out. We're gonna give a shout out to you, and we're gonna give one to Dr. Hog. So, Dr. Hogarth. Yeah, that's a good way to pass the ad break. Let's go.
Annoying.
Huh. I was thinking of poking you soon. What? Really? Wow.
Warmer.
Look at this little creature.
Warmer. Nice. Warmer. Careful. Launch it away. Dispose of that barrel.
Okay.
What?
That's how the bomb squad does it. Alright.
The
Very hot now.
Bunny is very cute
Very
overall.
hot. I was here before, and you said it was a previous room.
Yeah, but it still is though. That's true.
What? Okay.
Like colder.
I just have to do something with this. Oh.
Warmer. Colder.
I do adore Bunny.
Warmer.
I'm grabbing something?
Warmer.
What is happening?
Oh, we're very hot. Okay.
Very hot. Some Pepe laughing me in chat. What the fuck is happening? Oh, wait.
Warmer.
I'm clipping into it. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now. Okay. Blah blah blah. Gotta DM you then. About the thing. I don't guarantee that it's like a worthwhile thing, but like I don't know. Oh man, this feels inspired. This feels inspired by a certain something. I'm glad to have you back. Welcome. We'll work for friendship. Free to a good home. Aw. We lonely and hurt people gotta be in this together. Yeah. Aw. Yeah. Man, I really gotta learn to like open up like this to people. Just, I don't know. Like I said, I had a whole thing earlier about feeling like friendship is a whole thing you need to work for. Or something, which I guess it is, like in some sense it is. Like, you know, it shouldn't feel like that. Like when you go into it with that mindset that you have to work for it. But yeah. Man, I don't even know what to say to this. Like, I mean, there's... Yeah, it looks so cute. First of all, like, you know, both of them in boxes. I'm also struggling a lot with friendships, retaining them and whatnot. Yeah. I hope we can all figure out... Help me through some harsh moments in my life. Oh man. Okay, no worries. No worries, doctor. I'm trying to get used to being single and not just speaking to one special person. Oh man. Yeah, you probably Codependency issues. You probably missed it when I talked about it earlier, but yeah. I used to have, like, when I was a child, like, this one friend who I always hung out with. And then, like, basically no one since grade school has, like, a real-life best friend. And then, I don't know. And then, like, the online relationships I had in between, I guess kind of fostered this idea that, like, friendships are stressful. Friendships are something that, like, you just kind of have to, like, do something for the other person to make yourself seem worthwhile. I may not have enough power to start a single artwork, but interpreting what others made let me chill and calm down for a bit, even if the theme could bring the mood down. Aw, I'm glad you enjoy that. And you do have the power to create art. It doesn't need to be anything big. Just as long as you put enough thought into it. Thank you, Super. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm looking forward to being able to stop talking soon, except that then I'll have to keep talking. Okay, but eventually. So, about this artwork. Yeah. It's like there's this camaraderie with, like, both of them being in boxes. Like, yeah, hi, I'm in a box too. Let's be in boxes together. What if we put our boxes together in Minecraft? In good friendships, you shouldn't feel obligated to provide much outside of occasional company, which should be easy if you both like each other. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, is that, like, I worry too much about, like, needing to be at the top of my game. So, like, I have a hard time just, like, joining Discords and, like, just voice chatting, stuff like that, because I'm like, oh god, I'm a little tired and, like, I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. But yeah. I need to get rid of that idea that, like, I need to perform something, that I need to do something, that I can just be. Like, that was... Hang on. Well, after this, I forget to respond to one too many messages and feel like the other person might hate me now. I like friends I can sit in silent VC with and not worry. Yeah, man, having someone just there in my room, just vibing, you know, that would be such an ideal. You know, you can talk sometimes, every once in a while, but you don't have to. It's just, But instead, like, I got into this mindset that, like, I just need to, like, every once in a while, like, send someone a message. I guess I'll get into that with my own art. But yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say, except, like, you know, there's that very lovely camaraderie in us both being in boxes. Free to a good home. That is... Free to a good home, that is actually very similar, isn't it? Like, to like, an earlier image from Suba, that, like, you know, where, like, she just wanted someone to feel at home with, safe, like, she can rest. And yeah, like, in my box, it's like, I will work for that. I will, you know, or, like, you know, at least try. Of course, the fact that I think of it as work is keeping me from actually engaging in it. And, yeah, but, like, on your box, it's just like, I just want a home. I just want somewhere that feels safe. And, man... Gah. And then, of course, there's the color theory, you know. With the cold color on the left and the warm color on the right. Aw. This is so sweet. I'm cozied up on Teyu's head, giving emotional support. Thank you. Okay. First of all, let me see what they wrote. I often feel a need to help people who are suffering like me, but I don't want to be a rescuer who picks up the tiny sad wet goat out of the box in the alleyway and takes care of him. I'm an equally tiny sad wet creature in a box in an alleyway, but not one who has given up on hope. I can keep my fellow sad creatures company and encourage them to see their worth, until we both develop the courage to venture out of the darkness together. Aw. How did I not see that, like, immediately? That is so obvious now. That is so obvious in hindsight. Like, yeah, you know, it's not just, like, doing that. Is that indicative of, like, the way I think about friendships? That, like, I thought they were just doing it, like, to express camaraderie, rather than being like, yeah, no, I'm the same way, you know? Just, like, the expression being, like, an actual genuine expression of that thing. Ugh. 5 more minutes, I'll work the laundry into the dryer, then I'll work myself to the gas station, and hopefully pizza, so I go by. Okay, take care! And thank you for the lurk, Dr. Hogarth. The glasses girl is Kasserine, who represents the part of me that's burned many times by bad friendships and given trust issues, yet still hoping to find someone who accepts her. I find that people whose experiences are similar are more likely to have empathy for me rather than judgment. So I guess we rescue each other equally, yeah. The words on the boxes are significant. I don't relate to the transactional friendship thing, but I understand it cognitively, and I'm willing to provide you love for free, as long as you continue to be as kind and patient with me as you already are. Something, warm light from the outside of the alleyway coming into dark, cold background. I don't know, I ran out of time. No worries. Ah, thank you. Ah, dear. Now, let me... Oh, wait, I didn't... Oh, wait, I never actually... No, I did. Hang on. Sorry. Let me grab this. This was on the subject, I drew this in art therapy for the subject of, contentment. I should probably not say satisfaction, that has connotations that are different from what I mean. It's like, this was inspired by, you know, being part of like a friend group on Discord, playing games together, which had just happened the night before, before the day on which I drew this. And yeah, like it felt really nice to just be in that place where like I didn't have to perform in any way. Like I could just be there and like be a little sad, and you know, people would just be like, hey, you know, you're here, you're part of this, and that, you know. So we were just like, you know, sitting there in a row together, and like, you know, there wasn't like super much direct interaction, but like there didn't have to be. I didn't have to be like at the center of anything. It was just, you know, absorbing some of the warmth, especially like, you know, in those little moments where like there really was that direct connection. And then, you know, helps drive away the coldness, the blueness. Yeah. And you know, this the top part is like, you know, I guess part of it is like being satisfied. Like, I was thinking about like the whole transactional thing, about me, you know, part of me, like my ego probably, if you want to go like the Freudian route, probably being like, yeah, I need to make friends with people in order to have success, because like I need to have something to show for like this whole stream thing that I've been doing, you know. Gotta make those connections, gotta make the blah 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 blah. And I wouldn't want to know that it's like just okay to just vibe. It doesn't have to be about rising to anything. Like, we can just like be down here and just chilling, you know? You know, I really hate that part of me that is so calculating sometimes. I don't want that. It's really just like a reaction to feeling like I'm not worth anything, and like I have to do things, and that, like, you know, numbers mean that, like, you know, I'm not doing the good thing. Networking, I also struggle with that. Yeah, it's like networking. I mean, I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing, as long as, like, you know, like it's also just how the internet makes you feel. It's true, yeah. Like everyone is like a quote-unquote content creator these days. We all have like these numbers, and we all have like this thought that like these numbers mean something about our value, which I guess is part of like being this kind of social animal. Like, we're primed to think about, like, you know, these social hierarchies or social standing and stuff. Like, yeah, social media warps us to be content built and networky. We weren't built to be like this. Yeah, and also, yeah, all these algorithms and stuff, all these numbers, they also, yeah, they do contribute to making interactions feel more transactional, feel more like, you know, something that you need to perform for, something that has like a value that can be monetary. And it's like, it's not what we were built for. It's not the real, like, you know, social animal kind of connection that really makes us feel like we're part of something, that really makes us feel at home. At the previous art, that deep-rooted artificial need that makes you feel like a bad person because whatever you're doing provides no value for others. Such feeling could pin a person for a long time. Thus will work for friendship sign. Yeah. On that note, here is my image, which, yeah, like I said before, will send occasional DMs for love. Like, yeah, like I end up often feeling like I just, yeah, like I just am so concerned with like not being abandoned. I don't really feel like, I have a hard time feeling that true friendship connection with anyone. And I just end up being like anxious about maintaining these friendships that I do have, even if, you know, just even if like it's kind of like just cognitively knowing that these are friendships. Maybe. I just end up like occasionally sending a DM Like, hey, I still think about you. Yup. But man, Jesus. Yeah, this guy is a little fucked up. Friendship is hard, but it shouldn't be. It's like, my brain is fucked up. I need to reconfigure my freaking brain. Just a minute, but might be a little heavy. Oh, no worries. I mean, it can't be much heavier than what has already been going on, can it? Oh dear. And also, congrats on submission number 333, according to this thing. Also, holy crap. I'm sorry. I come in on my brain is fucked up? Well, yeah. Are you surprised? Remember to love yourself, Bean? Oh, I can certainly try. By the way, Napkinner, amazing artist, also does loot art. Just saying, I just my reaction when I saw the image was because like I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, right. I've seen your art before. Oh dear. But okay, hang on. Mental reset. No, I mean, it's not a call out. Like, I think it's wonderful. Yeah. How is it that I've made so many new friends this weekend and you're leaving with even less? What did you do to make everybody hate you so much? I think we should see other people. You might find somebody who actually cares about you. Ay. How is it that I've made... Hang on. I mean, just got distracted by something. Here we are. Man, this was supposed to be a slideshow. Wasn't supposed to be on route the whole time. Man. Hang on, just to be sure. Yeah, these are both the same person speaking in the speech bubbles, right? Yeah, probably. Man, this is... Ooh. How is it that I made so many new friends this weekend and you're leaving with even less? What did you do to make everybody hate you so much? Could see other people, you might find somebody who actually cares about you. Man, it's like... Ooh. That is like some villain monologue, but on the other hand, like, it's kind of crazy. Like... It's like kind of... Huh. It's kind of caringly uncaring. Because like she admits to like not really caring. And says like, you need to find someone who like really does care. You know, like maybe like I cognitively acknowledge that you are deserving of love. I'm not going to be the one to give it to you, but you need someone. Like, you desperately need someone. Oh. That is intense. Especially, like, ooh. In such a situation where you're so hurt already. Like, you're already crying about something. Ooh. Man. Hang on. Let me catch up on chat. Oh wait, this one was about previous. The way you drew him so scrunkly and scraggly probably says something about how you see yourself. Yeah, all beat up and stuff. We can tell. Oh yeah. I like to be reassured that time doesn't erode friendships. It can for some people though. Yeah, it's that seems to be one of those things where like some people don't have friendship decay and others do. That's the whole thing. Hmm. Hmm. This is an old one, but for some reason came to mind about friendships. Oh, I see. I was gonna say, this would be very impressive to do in such a short time. I mean, it's still impressive. I don't think it's caring, it's honest. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you know, if you absolutely did not give a shit, you could just like walk away and just be like, oh, I don't want to deal with this, you know? Hmm. And fucked up, it's like telling your partner you hate them. Evil, honest, and a relationship terminator. I mean, it is a relationship terminator. Toffee Bunny does have a point. Like, I like that she's not tending to care about them, but also that's such a mean way to say it. Yeah. Yeah. At first, the running mascara was a choice. And that girl with long black hair to someone? Oh. The guy I had not talked to in years approached me and begged for my attention, and wanted to know why I wouldn't rekindle the friendship. And I just didn't see him loving himself and learning about himself. I wanted him to experience more? She said this in an elevator. Oh, that is such a short space to do that, and then going to your room together is, that must have been awkward. Ooh. I still talk to her, I still think about her over 10 years later. I imagine so, yeah. That must have been that must have had quite an impact. Girl, your timing, yeah. Yeah, she could have really timed that better, like, goddamn. Ooh. Oh. Especially, like, you know, it's obvious, like, how, like, from the image, how much this hit you, because, like, you were in such a fragile place. And then, you know, you were so shocked, you couldn't even react, really. Ugh. It's good for you to have been honest? Ah, dear. Wouldn't stop messaging me and begging for me, yeah. I mean, not to say that, like, you know, he was this desperate in this situation, like, you know, like, yeah. I don't think that is a one-to-one comparison, but yeah. I believe we can work through anything, including me cheating on you 20 minutes ago at the altar. Oh no. Blah. Blah blah blah. Okay, wait. I draw things like this usually after midnight when I can't sleep. I'd love to turn these into a full comic someday, but currently I can only manage small snippets / illustrations of memories. This is a word-for-word situation that happened to me somewhere around 10 years ago. No, I can't forget it. Oh boy. Oh. Wow, that was powerful. How do you feel about it now? Like, how do you think about her? Like, it's very interesting. Like, we had been, you know, we have been getting like very different points of view on this. Was friends with her for exactly 1 year, maybe 14 months. I'm numb now, but it's still there deep down and not going to go away. Okay. I guess that does answer the question in some way, doesn't it? At least to an extent. Sometimes the way people are fucked up makes me want to get a therapy degree, but I don't want to fix them, I just want to study them. Okay. That is a psychology degree, yes. For real, I don't remember the last time I talked to anybody who was mentally stable. Real. Yeah. Okay, y'all. It's not going to go away while you're numb to it. It needs to be re-agitated and worked through. Doesn't need to be the same way as it was initially, but the numbness is a coping mechanism, not a solution. That is fair, yeah, that is true. A theoretical degree in psychology. What does that mean? It's weird to me how close we got in such a short span of time. I do wonder about, like, the context. Like, It means I don't have a degree in psychology. That is not even a theoretical one. That's just an imagined one. This is literally just like such a fascinating conversation, though. Like, thank you for sharing that. I feel like I've known that person. I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like I've known someone. Who was like, I don't agree, I'm past it. I consider things like this an important aspect of my development. Can't remember what age I was exactly, but it was between 18 and 20. So it makes sense why I was so stuck on her and how she treated me. I feel like we've all been through somebody like this. This is a joke from Fallout New Vegas that I will never give up on. They asked if I have a degree in theoretical physics. I told them I have a theoretical degree in physics. I see. Yeah, I would really like to I would really like to know more about, like, how you feel about this. Like what even... I mean, obviously you don't have to tell us about, like, the situation, but, like... I'm just trying to understand, like, how this came to be, I guess. Yeah, I guess. If you're really over it, I wouldn't necessarily call that numbness. Although I guess that's a way you can describe, like, you know, being emotionally not affected anymore. I think my last interaction with her was her being mad at me for wearing one of her shirts, then we never spoke again. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm glad that, like, you know, you didn't get stuck in this relationship. And, as you know, clearly she didn't apparently, like, really care about you. So, yeah. And I hope you did find those people who really do care. I don't... No, she didn't. Oh, yeah. Just, sorry this one was so complicated. No worries, no worries. It's fascinating. It's definitely an element of me that isn't letting go, seeing as I feel like I have a story I need to tell about her. She didn't care about you, yeah. Sorry, it just took me a moment to, like, connect the dots because, like, brain. Okay, now, I guess that was the last submission. Let's put this back up, I guess, and, yeah, okay. Blah. Everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna call it here. I would like it if you could stick around for the raid if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. There was someone who, watched, like, all of it. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And, yeah. Take care and remember that you're loved, okay? Bye-bye. Okay, and now for everyone on Twitch, let's write out. This was fun. Have a good night. Thank you.